Okay, what's next? My playlist is gonna. Yeah. Oh, cool.
You left your typewriter at my apartment, straight from the tortured poets department. I think some things I never say, like who uses typewriters and.
I did say, didn't I? I was gonna go through them and then just listen to the song all the way through. I might just do that on the ones I haven't heard before.
Way, but you're in self-sabotage mode, throwing spikes down on the road. But I've seen this episode and still love the show. Who else decodes you? And who's gonna hold you like me?
Man, I wasn't expecting this for the second track. It's there's something about it that is more uplifting, isn't there, or hopeful, you know.
You left your typewriter at my apartment, straight from the tortured poets department. I think some things I never say, like who uses typewriters anyway. But you're in self-sabotage mode, throwing spikes down on the road. But I've seen this episode and still love the show. Who else decodes you? And who's gonna hold you like me?
The self-sabotage thing, I think, it's a fascinating idea, isn't it? Because I never really used to pay much attention to it because I didn't really understand it. But I spent like most of my life self-sabotaging so well that I couldn't even understand that I was doing it, you know, or a concept of it. But that reminds me of the idea that, well, we're our own worst enemies, aren't we, you know, and what's that idea? I'm going to paraphrase badly. A strong man is not somebody who defeats his enemies, but defeats himself. Is that the right? Conquers himself? Ah, man, something like that, isn't it? I think it might be Marcus Aurelius. Did I read it in Meditations? Yeah, but that's the problem, isn't it, man? You know, we've got to be in control of this. You know, learn to live, or of this. That's why vigorous exercise, I think, is good. I don't know what that's about, but because it reminds. I think this is Marcus Aurelius as well. You know, we must treat the body vigorously because to remind it whose boss, and. Isn't it so easy to live habitually, not necessarily in bad habits, you know, but just ones that just kill your time, you know, that just waste your time, that are not improving your life, you know, not even really in the moment, you know, just kind of harmful, mundane things. But we need to learn self-love, I suppose, you know, or self-care, or treat ourselves like somebody responsible for helping and all that jazz, which is incredibly difficult to do, you know, I think. To begin with, anyway, I think it gets easier as you build momentum. But man, so much of what we do is just, compulsion, isn't it, you know, nonsense. And we just need to learn to live consciously. I think like things like intermittent fasting, not snacking between meals, cold showers. I think aside from whatever health benefits these things may have, I think it's about voluntary, with the cold showers thing, I find it's like voluntary discomfort. I find doing that, having cold showers, every single time, it's like, I don't enjoy it, you know. I enjoy the feeling after when I've done it, you know, but there's always the voice in my head saying, "What are you doing? You crap. What are you doing? Get out. That's enough. It's 10 seconds. That's enough." It's not. It's not enough. I've got to try and give myself at least a couple of minutes in there these days. I've been doing it for years. But I think subjecting yourself to voluntary discomfort makes involuntary discomfort a lot easier to handle. It's like, I don't know what it is. It's training something. And with the eating thing, is that voluntary discomfort? Yeah, kind of. Although it's easy now because I've been doing it so long. But I think self-control is a big deal. I think, isn't it? That's maybe how we can overcome self-sabotage, is by learning self-control, and we need to learn that in the small ways, And I find it easy. I find it helpful to draw charts and things, So if there's something I'm trying to do, whether it's like stay off social media, I'll write it on my chart for the week, and just tick the box every day, And then once I get 2 or 3 ticks on, it's easy then, because I don't want to mess up the beauty of my chart,
But I've seen this episode and still love the show. Who else decodes you? And who's gonna hold you like me? And who's gonna know you if not me? I laughed in your face and said, "You're not Dylan Thomas, I'm not Patty Smith. This ain't the Chelsea Hotel, we're modern idiots."
Fuck, man. Just okay. Let's try and see if I can unpack some references here. Or the Chelsea Hotel, that's a famous New York hotel? Is it? Is that where Sid Vicious and Nancy, what was her name, died? Maybe a few others. Patti Smith. I've got. Oh yeah. Just Kids. I never actually finished this book, although maybe I read about half of it. I borrowed it off my mate Ned over 10 years ago, I think. I haven't seen him for years either, but yeah, it's pretty interesting. Get that back in there. Dylan Thomas. Oh man, I think I've got a book of his poetry somewhere as well, which I've sort of only just perused, but his famous one, and it's his famous one, his best one. I don't know enough about Dylan Thomas to know, but do not go gentle into that good night, rage against the dying of the light. Fucking brilliant that, isn't it,
It's who's gonna hold you like me? Nobody. No fucking body. Nobody.
No fucking body. That kind of reminds me of, no body, no crime, There's like a double meaning in there somewhere, isn't there? As well, what I love about this tune is there's lots of high frequencies going on in a melody, and with some of the sounds and synthesizers, I guess, I'm not sure what they are, but then there's just a real low, like bass synth or something warble going on underneath, and it's like the deep ocean, isn't it? It's like I can feel the deep ocean coming up at me, and then there's just all this beautiful light bouncing off the top of the waves, if that makes any sense. And I love these deep frequencies in things because, sometimes they're barely audible, but it seems to just, I don't know, move something inside me, It almost, it's like some sort of conductor to feeling and openness and observation, something like that.
Nobody, no fucking body. chocolate. We declare Charlie Puth should be a bigger artist. I scratch your head.
This is great, man. The picture she's painting, I kind of want to take it back to the start, but you smoked the 87 bars of chocolate. I can relate to that as well, man. Not that I do that anymore. Charlie Puth, I don't know who that is. This song, I'm gonna start it again. This has got like Bruce Springsteen vibes, hasn't it? You know, the way he tells stories. You know. Yeah, it's those sort of piano notes.
Straight from the tortured poets department. I think some things I never say, like who uses typewriters anyway. But you're in self-sabotage mode, throwing spikes down on the road. But I've seen this episode and still love the show.
Yeah, it's that. It's. I was gonna say it's just that. Do like the really high sort of piano thing, real low in the mix. That it's making me think of a specific or a particular Bruce Springsteen song. But it's just the whole vibe of it, isn't it? The melodies, the everything, and just kind of just what I want to strap on a Stratocaster and just belt it out, man. Man, I wonder if I could. I might just mess around with it. I'd give it a go. Try and Bruce Springsteen it up.
Typewriter at my apartment, straight from the tortured poets department. I think some things I never say, like who uses typewriters anyway. But you're in self-sabotage mode, throwing spikes down on the road. But I've seen this episode and still love the show. Who else decodes you? And who's gonna hold you like me? And who's gonna know you if not me? I laughed in your face and said, you're not Dylan Thomas, I'm not Patti Smith. This ain't the Chelsea Hotel, we're modern idiots. And who's gonna hold you? Chocolate. We declare Charlie Puth should be a bigger artist. I scratch your head, you fall asleep like a tattooed golden retriever. But you awaken
like a tattooed golden retriever. Like, what's that a reference to?
Fall asleep like a tattooed golden retriever.
I was just thinking, you know, I'm not even halfway through the second song of this album, and it's like 50 minutes that I've been waffling on. So now I'm thinking, you know, already, how can Tortured Poets not be my favourite album, you know, after already it's demanding such attention from me and introspection and all that, you know. It's going to be a heavyweight battle, I think, between this and Showgirl.
But you awaken with dread, pounding nails in your head. But I've read this one where you come undone. I chose this.
Fuck. Just how beautiful is that as well? Like, you woke up with dread, pounding nails in your head. But I've read this one where you come undone. But you've awakened with dread, pounding nails in your head. Fuck, what an image that is, man. For self-sabotage, right, as well. Or
Cyclone with you. And who's gonna hold you like me? Who's gonna hold you? And who's gonna know you like me? I laughed in your face and said, you're not Dylan Thomas, I'm not Patti Smith. This ain't the Chelsea Hotel,
Where's it gonna go now? It's building ever so slowly.
Sometimes I wonder if you're gonna screw this up with me. But you told Lucy you'd kill yourself if I ever leave.
Oh, that's brutal, isn't it, man? Sometimes I wonder if you're gonna screw this up with me. What a brutal thing for somebody to tell you or tell somebody else, or to put that responsibility on you, man. It's grim, that, isn't it, you know? I mean, there's part of me that's just, you know, there's one voice in my head going, well, fuck them, man, you know, like, you can't be responsible for people. And the other one is like, oh, man, yeah, but when you love somebody, you know, or you're attached or whatever it is, you know, it's a complex thing, isn't it? It's too complex to, I mean, I know it's not, it's just, it's an ugly thing, isn't it, you know? And it's an ugly thing, tragic thing. Yeah, wow. Anyway, I was expecting it to go bigger then, but it dropped out, man.
Sometimes I wonder if you're gonna screw this up with me. But you told Lucy you'd kill yourself if I ever leave. And I had said that to Jack about you, so I felt seen. Everyone we know understands why it's meant to be. 'Cause we're crazy. So tell me, who else is gonna know me? At dinner you take my ring off my middle finger and put it on the one. People put wedding rings on, and that's the closest I've come to my heart exploding. Who's gonna hold you? Me. Who's gonna know you? Me.
Sounds fucking brilliant, man.
And you're not Dylan Thomas, I'm not Patti Smith. This ain't the Chelsea Hotel, we're two idiots. Who's gonna hold you? 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 Gonna know you, gonna show you.
Who's gonna troll you?
You left your typewriter at my apartment, straight from the tortured poets department. Who else decodes
Oh, and a proper fade out, just like Brucey would do, eh? The boss. Very, very cool, man. Very cool. So I'll take it back a bit. I did play that in quite some unbroken bits then, didn't I? So I'm not going to play it again. But there was a few bits that lyrically in the middle here somewhere. Where was it? Oh yeah, so.
I felt seen.
And I had said that to Jack about you, so I felt seen. Sometimes I wonder if you're gonna screw this up with me, but you told Lucy you'd kill yourself if I ever leave. And I had said that to Jack about you, so I felt seen.
Everyone we know understands why it's meant to be.
This is interesting. After the previous bit, what she's just said, everyone we know understands why it's meant to be. That's heavy, man. Do they? do they? Because obviously it wasn't meant to be, right? So they understand what, is that it's tough, I suppose, to be a good friend, right? To do more than just listen. And I mean, yeah, who are we to give advice or to say this, that, the other? But maybe sometimes we need to be devil's advocate for our friends, or at least give them a different point of view. Maybe sometimes we don't, it's complex, isn't it? Maybe sometimes we don't want to hear that, or people don't want to hear that. But everyone we know understands why it's meant to be. I wonder, man, like why was the nobody questioning that? Should there have been? Could there have been? Or everyone we know understands why it's meant to be this way, meant to be ending, meant to be apart. It makes me think, I guess, of the Disneyfication of romance and stuff like that, Prince Charmings and happily ever afters and stuff, and I guess you can only meet people as deeply as they've met themselves, right? So maybe that's where, I don't know, man. Isn't like one of the most complex things about life is love and connection and understanding. But it's not just one of the most, it is integral, isn't it? Because I mean there's what? Water, food, shelter, and then does that kind of thing come next? Because we're crazy. It's easy I used to think that about myself. I'm crazy. I must be crazy because I'm unlike most people. What John Lennon used to say, because I at some point, what did he say? He said something along the lines of, I think I'm a genius because I'm either crazy, I'm either insane or I'm a genius. And the many white quotes haven't come to take me away yet, so therefore I must be a genius. What is a genius? I love the idea. Greatness hits a target better than anybody else. Genius hits a target nobody else can see. Was Lennon a genius? I don't know, but I mean, maybe him and McCartney together were, the combination of that. But yeah, the idea of thinking you're crazy is that like because do we feel that we're crazy because of not being understood by people, an inability to understand ourselves, not to be seen by people? I think, but I think sometimes I think maybe I try and rationalize or analyze these things too deeply, It's a wonderful thing about music and art is that the energy of these things like affects us and helps our understanding in imperceivable ways sometimes, maybe,
So tell me,
liking this bit.
Me. And you're not Dylan Thomas, I'm not Patti Smith. This ain't the Chelsea Hotel. We're two idiots. Who's gonna hold you? 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 Gonna know you, gonna show you. You left your typewriter at my apartment, straight from the tortured poets department. Who else decodes you?
Yeah, very cool, man. Very cool.
Oh, here we go again. The voices in his head.
Thanks for watching. If you would like access to the full thing and loads of other extended content, Taylor Swift, One Direction, Miley Cyrus, videos of me playing my songs and others, link in description.